Look, I'm just gonna be patting Jean-Claude Schmidt on the head a lot tonight. What I should do is go live and just do this ad hoc, but I don't trust you to watch that at all, and I trust that at least shorts will get into the algorithm. So as he's telling us how he's going to write this book, he lets us know that he's going to also be including autobiographical accounts, but that in the early medieval you can't really trust autobiographical accounts because the people giving them had a tendency to lie, and lie big. Because before the 12th century, and this is important to the previous videos, they were still intellectually pagan, meaning they carried over their Celtic way of thinking, their worldview. Their worldview didn't change much with conversion to Christianity before 1100, and that's true. I set Not Robert Longshore in 900 entirely, well, because he told me to, but I tried my very best to make it to fight him on it and to make it mine, make it something that I was doing consciously so that I didn't have to get involved in, well, telling a ghost story for profit, and someone else's no less. You might be able to see that I'm getting ahead of what you might be thinking about me because I am very, very familiar with my material and my thoughts. But after the 12th century, they had, and they is the nobility, the secular intelligentsia, no longer thought like Celts. That is, no longer thought like Vikings. They no longer thought like the heroes of the King Arthur cycle. They started thinking like philosophers. And so they stopped telling wildly untrue tales about themselves. But what is a wildly untrue tale from a Celtic literary person telling an autobiographical legend? Well, that they talked to a lot of dead people, because the stories they knew were the Iliad and Beowulf and King Arthur, and those stories have walking and talking dead people all over the place. In fact, most of the people that Percival deals with in Percival's story, which is 12th century, but bear with me, the 12th century idea of what it was like to think like a Celt. Percival, most of the people he deals with are dead, and had been dead for centuries. So ghosts. Because in the Celtic worldview, you could accidentally walk through the veil and just be in the afterlife. You could just be in the world of the dead as a living person and have no idea that it happened to you. No doubt you've heard of Rip Van Winkle. I say that because I know, because of my analytics, that my demographic is people in their 40s. But if you're younger than I am, you probably actually don't know Rip Van Winkle. You probably don't know about missing time experience.